What's up, guys? My name is Marco Martinez. This is Fight Live Nation. Guys, I gotta be honest with you. This is the third time trying to record this video. I want to tell you guys about this FightersRep card that's coming up. You want to know the date, you want to know where to watch, go to FightersRep.com, go to their YouTube channel, become a member. You could be able to watch everything. You'll know exactly where to go watch. It's going to be at the Commerce Casino. Guys, this card is absolutely stacked. And the reason I say this is the third time I'm trying to make this video, I just don't want the video to be too long. I'm really trying to focus on not making very long videos. I want to make these videos watchable. Okay, right off the bat, Hamza Trad is going to be on this card. If you know anything about the prospects here in Southern California, Hamza Trad is a very top prospect. If you get the chance, go out and watch him. He's coming out. He's fighting for a title. He's fighting a guy named Aaron Facette. I don't really know much about his opponent, but just because you don't know him doesn't mean a whole lot. These kickboxers, they come out from other states, and I don't know a lot. I know all the guys here in Southern California. Another fight that's on that card, man, it's Jason Granado versus Isaac De La Paz. Jason Granado is a guy who I think is the sky is the limit. I want to get that guy on this podcast. I want to have an interview with him because I want to go in depth on his career to this point. He is an exciting fighter. You know, he always brings the action. He's facing a guy who's super technical in Isaac De La Paz. Isaac, I think, is just coming off a win on WCK, and he won a Muay Thai title. You know, so that tells you the level of competition that Jason's going to fight. Jason, I think in like a year and some change, he's had this is like his 7th or 8th fight. I know it's a whole lot. And he's fought like an increasing skill level of opponent. You know, every fight's like the next step up. Especially the way the FightersRep has booked him. They booked him very tough. They haven't given him any gimmies. You know, the first fight, he was a rookie, and he got another rookie. And ever since then, he's gotten guys that are better and better and better and better. Jason's performed well in every one of those fights. Another fight I want to tell you guys about, Cam Spencer and Raymond Martinez. This fight is gonna be bananas. This is the reason why I cannot make this video short enough, because I can't tell you enough about this fight. We're bringing on Ray later this week. All right, I'm gonna try to get Cam next week. I know that these guys are super busy, so if I can get them, I'm gonna get them on here for a little quick a quick interview. But if I can't, I hope you guys understand. You know, I'm super pumped for this fight. Their first fight was a classic. And all the FightersRep, events, I think that was one of the ones I was the most excited about. I was really excited the fight before that when Joshua Caldwell fought Cam Spencer. This was the next one that I was super excited about. Cam is just another guy, I think. Eventually, he's going to be a can't-miss prospect. Whether he sticks to Muay Thai or MMA, kickboxing, or maybe he heads over to MMA. I don't know what his aspirations are, but his striking is super technical. He's super fast, super strong. He looks like an animal. He looks like how you would picture if you were to Google what should a fighter look like. Cam Spencer looks like it. Raymond Martinez, super tough. You know, he went out there. It was a super gritty fight. Ray, who reminds me a lot of Justin Gaethje, not in their fighting style or not in their how they fight, but more like Justin Gaethje. When I see him fight, he's always coming forward. He's always cracking very hard. He likes to, just get up in his opponent's face. You know, this last fight when he fought Cam, Ray was kicking those legs just like Justin, but a little different because they don't do calf kicks in kickboxing. But I mean, it's just that in your face. He doesn't give you any breathing room. That pressure is relentless, and it's finishing pressure. It's not a pressure of hey, I'm just gonna be coming forward. I think you see a lot of fighters sometimes do that where they try to come forward. They're not really throwing anything hard enough, and sometimes it doesn't work. Ray looks like he can finish you with every shot. In this fight, the first 2 rounds went to Cam. The second round was very much Cam. Ray got cracked. The referee was looking hard to stop that fight in the corner. Lets it continue. makes Ray talk to the doctor, and I don't know if that made Ray wake up and say, hey, I got to push the action. But Ray goes out, knocks Cam silly. You know, Cam was hurt, but he's fighting with all heart, stays standing. You know, the initial crack, he went up against the ropes. The ropes kept him falling down. But then he stood standing. He was on ice skates the rest of that round. You know, he looked like he could fall at any moment, but he was fighting back. The referee decided to stop it. I really do think that if Cam could have survived that round, I think he would have recovered. But Ray didn't let that happen. Ray closed the distance and finished the fight. So the next fight I got to tell you guys about. Let's talk about this fight where David Marquez facing Mariano Corona. Forgive me if I get his first name wrong. David Marquez is one of the best flyweight fighters there is right now. I don't know the exact weight he fights at, if it's 125, 127, I don't know. He's a small guy, but he's all action. And if you watched any of his fights, the man is super, super fun to watch. Throws kicks and punches. He's the opposite of boring. He's facing a guy coming off a vicious knockout, man. Corona fought a guy out of the Huntington Beach Fight Club, Ian Holloway. And I'm a big Ian Holloway fan. I like the way he fights. Corona caught him, knocked him out. So he's coming with some big momentum into this fight. You know, the winner of this one, you know, they got to be looked at as one of the top prospects in California. You know, whoever wins this at flyweight, because I'm not 100% on the weight. I say flyweight because that's what I think of. But yeah, whoever wins this fight is going to be one of the top prospects at those lower weight divisions. Another fight that I got to tell about, a guy I talked about earlier, Ian Holloway. He's fighting Nathan Hawthorne, who's another good prospect. But Ian Holloway's a fun fighter. He's got like this super fun style to watch. I highly suggest you guys watch him. This is a fight that's going to get lost on the card because there's so many good fights on this card that this fight might get lost. You know, you got to get there early when you watch these cards, man. I'm trying to keep this video quick, so I'm just mowing through this lineup. It's fucking bananas. All right, another fight I want to tell you about that's going to get buried, and it's only because they're so good. There's so good fights ahead of it. Dylan Ludwig is fighting Sadorov, I believe his name. Call him Haas. When Sadorov, when Haas started, I don't know how to say everybody's name. All right, when Haas started, he was throwing spinning stuff, and he was kind of like trying to be a flashier fighter, I think. And he had his ups, he had his downs, and I didn't think a whole lot about him other than, like, you know, he was exciting. He was a fun personality. But, you know, I didn't know how good he could be. Then he fought Khalil Silva. And Khalil Silva is Anderson Silva's kid. And Khalil... No, it wasn't Anderson Silva's kid. I apologize. It was the guy who beat Anderson Silva's kid. He fought the kid from Arena. His name escapes me, but it's the guy who actually beat Khalil Silva. And in that fight, Haas totally dominated. And I mean, it was a fight where I thought the other guy was going to be way more technically sound. I want to be fair, and I think Haas missed weight for that fight. So, just to be fair, I think Haas missed weight. But he dominated that fight. He went out there, and it was just such a ruthless, aggressive style. He's fighting Dylan Ludwig. And if you watch Dylan Ludwig's evolution in FightersRep, I mean, he fought all the best fighters so far. He fought Cam Spencer. He fought Raymond Martinez. You know, he didn't get the win, but he was competitive both times, and he was very strong. You know, like, I think he can crack. You know, since then, he's got a lot of training with different guys. He's out there with Coach Rage, training with Ray now. You know, they're learning together. Man, this fight is going to be a great one. This is two, I'm trying to think of the words, but it's just two hosses, I guess. Two big dudes that are going to go in there. I think they're at like 170, 168. They're around that weight. They're just going to go in there and they're going to have a great fight. If it's as good as it could be. This is going to be an amazing one. Another fight we got to talk about. And I'm telling you, there's just so many good ones here. Oh, man. We got to talk about this Evan Bolton fight. Evan Bolton is, I think he's pro now. Yeah, it's pro fight. Evan Bolton's the best fighter right now out of he's fighting out of Long Beach, but I really believe in his weight class, he's the best in California. I don't know about, like I say, I don't want us to talk for the whole U.S., but I would bet on him if we were in Vegas. You know, he's just so talented. When you watch the fight, they don't look that competitive. You know, Evan always looks like he dominates. You know, that's going to be an exciting fight. Let me just make sure I get the name of his opponent right. Evan Bolton will be fighting Jake Haas. They just did a video with Jake Haas on the FightersRep channel. Go ahead and check out the interview. You'll get to know Jake Haas more. I'll be honest, I'm unfamiliar with him. This is his first time with FightersRep. But Evan Bolton is just the best fighter. I guess technically he's still a prospect if you think about it. It's just I think of these young pros or these early pros as already being veterans, because I've been following them since they were amateurs, you know. So I've seen Evan Bolton for a while. That fight's going to be bananas. On this fight, Connor Bracken's going to be on this card. That guy is madness when you watch. He's cut the mullet. That guy looked like Kenny Powers. Now he's coming mulletless. That guy comes to kill. You know, him and Raymond Martinez, they seem to have the same attitude when they're in that ring. They're close to the same weight. If they were both pro, you know, if Ray was pro, that would be a real fun fight. But right now, Connor Bracken, he's going out there. Connor Bracken, who's he fighting? I want to make sure I get his name. Travis St. John. I don't know Travis St. John. He's fighting out of Genesis MMA. You know, Connor Bracken is a beast, guys. You're going to have to watch this guy. Go back and watch some of the other fights. Just go on YouTube and check out Connor Bracken. You can't not like him, man. He cracks very hard. He's had some of the sickest KOs in FightersRep. That's going to be a good one. And finally, let's talk about this main event. And trust me, there's many more fights. There's many more fights that are going to be exciting on this card. I just can't get to all of them, guys. Like, I'll be here all night. I'll be here all night if I don't stop. David Pacheco versus Darren Smith. That fight is going to be ridiculous. Darren Smith has a very awkward style. You know, like, it's odd when you see it because it just doesn't look fluid, is how I would say it. It doesn't look fluid. It looks awkward. David Pacheco looks like every time he lands, it's with a hammer. You know, he's got so much punching power. I've seen David Pacheco in just some of the best fights in FightersRep history have had David Pacheco in them. You know, you go back to when he had his title fights, you know, like, or when you know, some of the names are escaping me, and I don't want to sound bad, but go back and watch David Pacheco's fights at FightersRep. They're amazing. All right, he's had knockdowns. He's been knocked down the canvas and looked like he was going to get knocked out. Come back, got the knockout, knocked his opponent almost out cold. You know, he's had back and forth wars. David Pacheco was just so fun to watch. You know, I'm so excited for this fight. I believe they fought before, and Darren Smith won. He's kind of a veteran. He's been in there for a long time, done a lot of MMA. His awkward style. I think they stopped that fight. I want to say on the cut. I got to go back and watch. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to make this video. I didn't do a ton of research going into this. I just saw it. I've been wanting to talk about these fights. I'm going to try and have some of these guys on, man. And we're going to try and talk to them a little bit, see about their what they're thinking going into that fight, man. And the first one's going to be Raymond Martinez. Stand by and wait for that one. That's going to be this weekend. Guys, Raymond Martinez is a fucking beast. All right, you're gonna see a guy out there. He's gonna be coming for the kill. You know, he comes from Rage. They got that one bell strategy, and they want to win in one round. You don't want to go multiple rounds. You know, he can tell you more about that stuff. He's violence. He's violence incarnate. You know, like, I can't wait to see it, guys. Follow the channel if you want to follow up on some of these fighters that are coming. They're going to be fighting here in SoCal. So if you're in those fights over here in SoCal, but you know, a lot of these guys, you never know when you're going to see them somewhere else. You know, they're going to move on in their careers, blow up. You should follow these guys. If you're not in Southern California, these guys are very exciting fighters. All these guys that I've mentioned, not one of them suck. All right? You got to tune in. This is going to be an amazing one. My name is Marco Martinez. This is Fight Life Nation. Guys, I will see you on the next one.